It's time for a Corona Cero post show here at the Surf Abu Dhabi Pro in the UAE. What a big Saturday that we had unfold. And just in 2 days, we've seen 352 waves, all perfect to set up a big finals day. Also, just want to note, remember, the Tudor Nazare Challenge has gone yellow alert, potential start on Tuesday, as all the big wave surfers are activating and heading over to Portugal 24 hours ahead of time. We'll see if it goes green alert. So promising signs for the big wave community. Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Turpel, Felicity Palmatier, and Jesse Mendez. We saw that night session unfold kind of lightning fast. It went so quickly just for the final 2 spots to make it into finals day, and we had quite a few changes there in the top 2, Flick.
Yeah, we did, and with only 2 surfers going through, I mean, it's pretty cutthroat, right? It's sudden death, and I mean, Vahine, hats off to her for waiting that whole time. You're kind of like, is it an advantage or is it not? And she was, you know, turned that fuel into some fire and came through clutch with that last performance.
Yeah, I definitely clutch. Key word there, just sitting and waiting and watching your rivals perform. And like Flick's saying, we're kind of trying to feel out what is the better place to be sitting. Do you just want to get your run over with? For Vahine, it proved that she stood with confidence till the very end.
I mean, you're in the biggest stage here, and you want to have everything in your advantage in order to know what scores you need. And like, if you want to be where you at, you got to be able to perform with the most pressure under yourself. So yeah, she did that today. Sometimes it's not going to go her way, but today did, and she performed amazing, and that's the best tube riding we've seen in the women's so far. It was from Vahine.
Well said, Jesse. Let's kind of go into the major turning points of the night session tonight here on Saturday. Betty Lou Sakura Johnson surfs amazing at night. Just blitzed this right-hander, 6.67 after she finished this one. Put herself right where she wanted to be in the top 2. Jesse.
Yeah, that was very impressive from her. That extension that she got in that turn before the barrel, which is usually the most critical part of the wave, and just she was clutch at the moment, but seems like it wasn't enough.
Yeah, it was an impressive performance. She could barely touch her toes this morning from that injury she had at Pipeline. And then Sawyer Lindblad, last year's Rookie of the Year, drops a 7.
Yeah, I mean, this was a big hammer here. I mean, she had so many big combos, so many moments. You could really see she was hitting that wave with aggression. And then, I mean, Vahine, just that creativity to set up for this backhand tube hit. It was just pretty incredible to see. I think, just to your point, Jesse, probably some of the best tube riding we've seen from the women so far. I mean, to no surprise too, Vahine has spent a lot of time in the barrel. And she said, you know, in that post-heat interview with AJ, she's going to keep the momentum rolling. You know, what's it going to take for finals day? I think she's probably trying to keep some cards close to her chest, and I'm looking forward to seeing her open up a bit more.
With that score, she took the 2nd spot underneath Sawyer Lindblad. With that effort, though, it did knock out Betty Lou Sakura Johnson. So Vahine moving on to the quarters, Sawyer into the quarters, and this is going to be seeded based on their seeding coming into this event. So Molly Picklum will have a rematch with Erin Brooks. Molly did get her at Pipeline, or we're going to see some little fireworks at the top of the drop flick.
Yeah, I'm excited for quarter 1. Obviously the rematch, but my eyes sort of go to quarter 2. Goof v. Goof. Caroline Marks, obviously, world champ from a couple of years ago, and then Vahine as well, just with that creativity on the backhand. So quarter 2 sticks out to me.
And Jesse, interesting to note, you know, with Tyler Wright, world #1 out, big opportunity for Katie Simmers, who's now the high seed left on finals day.
No doubt, but what I pick out of this, it's probably the heat that it's going to be the least peaked, heat number 4. I just like the way Gabriella surfed today. It's so powerful, and also Sawyer, 2 powerhouses. It's going to be exciting to watch, and both very solid, both on the right and left. So it's going to be one to watch.
Really an impactful performance from Vahine. She's reading a book called Flow Like Water by Shannon Lee, Bruce Lee's daughter, and she certainly channeled that today. She read Jerry Lopez's book at Pipeline. I think it's a theme as she spends her downtime. Looking forward to that, but definitely one of the standout moments of the day was a young rookie superstar making a name for himself. Jackson Bunch throwing it down in what Jesse Mendez is calling maybe the best left he's seen in a CT in a wave pool.
I mean, I'm just making that statement because of the flow he kept through and the variety and progression he had. Like a massive turn right after the first barrel, which is very unique, and then going into this transitional progressive maneuver, and then we thought he'd finish it up, and then, not to mention, another finner way out the back and coming out clean. That was the most progressive surfing I've seen on the pool so far.
I really like that call, Jesse. That's why I like to feature that there. 9-2-3, and that put pressure immediately on Griff.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, when we saw this matchup on paper, I mean, we were kind of rubbing our hands together because, yeah, on paper, was going to be one of the best for sure. And Griff is one of the best in the pool. And, I mean, Jackson just coming out as a rookie, coming up against the caliber of surfer like Griff, knowing how he performs in the pool, I mean, it's a pretty daunting task. So to come out with the highest score and with 3 sort of aerial maneuvers, setting the pace and the tone for this event so far.
And that theme, you brought it before, what is the advantage? Because that blow from Jackson Bunch early to Griff kind of changed the whole feeling in the air. As we check out the finals day bracket, Ethan Ewing takes on Miguel Pupo. Bunch will have Indonesia's Rio Waida, Italo, Ferreira, and Kanoa Igarashi. Kanoa has been on a tear, knocking out some big names like Toledo, like Leo through that first round. He's been unstoppable. Then Jack Robinson and Iago Dora, they just can't get away from each other in big heats.
Hey, it's freaking crazy. Like, it's destiny. There's like 36 guys on the draw, and it seems like you're always matching up against someone.
It always feels like it's in the quarters too. I don't know what's going on, but it does feel like that.
I mean, I can't wait to watch. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this is the heat I'm going to pick. Yeah. But then he picked for me, probably Flick picked for herself. And
I mean, look at that. They've had some pretty emotional moments. You know, we go back to Tahiti. We were talking about setting up the finals top 5 to compete for a world title. It's Iago on a tear, and then Jack upsets him at the end. A repeat scenario the following year, and now they're going to have a battle in the basin. Just to note, it will be Iago's dad coaching Jack, and then Leandro da Silva coaching Iago Dora tomorrow on finals day. And once again, yellow jersey, Baron Mamiya knocked out early, so that could be changing heading into Portugal.
I mean, these quarters are stacked, right? And you know what I've noticed is the progression is getting better each day. I mean, we saw the first excellent numbers drop, and from when that sort of the gate opened, they kept on rolling through. And I think tomorrow, we've said it, but I think the surfer's going to click up into that extra gear. So, more excellent surfing on the way. Maybe
Miguel Pupo versus Ethan is maybe a matchup where 2 guys haven't been throwing down the alley-oop as a finishing move. You know, maybe we've seen 352 waves and maybe 100 alley-oops. I'm not sure. Can these guys still reach for that alley-oop when it comes to finals day? The judge is going to force them to mix it up.
I don't think that's their characteristic. They're straight on their surfing, but they're going to lay on rail. Like, both of those surfers are incredibly sharp, and they keep a good flow. And they can mix it up with some blowtails as well. And Miggy obviously had some impressive airs, mostly last night. So it's going to be an exciting match to watch.
Let's now focus on the top 5 moments of a big Saturday here at the Surf Abu Dhabi Pro. Coming in at number 5 on the list, the powerhouse of Gabby Bryant, absolutely bringing it today.
Yeah, I remember calling this heat, and I mean, she is without a doubt the most powerful surfer on the women's tour. She's just so strong. She throws so much spray, and she's just looking really confident, right? I mean, she dropped a couple of big numbers here, 617 and that 717 on the right, but just beautiful control there, and yeah, not a foot out of place.
Well done there. Coming at number 4 on the top 5, magic performance from Molly Picklum, Jesse.
I mean, what stands out for me is just her ability to tube ride and also mix it up with big turns. Like, it's second to none. There's not many girls on tour that can actually feel that comfortable inside a barrel and on rail, and actually even above the lip as well. So she's the full package, and she's looking deadly.
Molly, happy to be moving on into finals day, and now coming at number 3, the fired up Italo Ferreira, 8.5, 6.67.
Yeah, this was such a good heat on paper as well, sort of rubbing your hands together looking at this one, taking on Mateus. They both put on a good performance. Reynos liked it too, but yeah, Italo just looking absolutely electric. Let's see him load up here one more time for this big alley-oop that he went to. He just traveled such a big distance. And how's the landing? So smooth, seamless, and just landing straight out in the flats like that. It's crazy when you see that big foil moving behind him. You just see how fast he's moving in the air too. That thing is not slow.
Standout coaching from Reynolds Hayes, also with Rio Waida. Italo took a break, and then stealing the show was Jackson Bunch, getting the number 2 mark on the post show, 9.23, highest wave score of the day.
I mean, look at that transitional progressive maneuver. It doesn't get much better than that, but what I liked the most was actually that first air he did right off the bat, following up from that beautiful barrel that he had, and it's just so risky, so hard for him to pull that off and actually combo it up. You know, she changed the momentum throughout the wave. It's very impressive.
And now winning the post show, Kanoa Igarashi shows how dangerous he is in the pool.
Yeah, this was incredible, right? Another heat on paper that you're like, wow, 2 of the very best to do it. And Kanoa applied so much pressure. He did it on the very first 2 waves. That was the plan that himself and Jake sort of came up with. 817, 7.6, super high heat total, 15.77. I mean, just such good surfing from Kanoa. And you got to be thinking, he's going to be feeling, you know, obviously a lot of confidence with this win, taking down one of the best to ever do it in the pool as well. But I just can't wait to see him on finals day as well. I think, who's he matched up in the quarters? I think it's Italo, is it?
Exactly.
So there we go. That is going to be spicy.
Well, there's one similar thing in between the both of them. They both speak Portuguese.
He's got so many languages down perfect. What a big performance. Abu Dhabi excellence from Kanoa Igarashi. And I think one of the strengths he has, I'm not complaining about all the alley-oops. It's a big move, and they're obviously very, very functional and massive. But one thing I think Kanoa does have going for him, he did that corrupt flip version of that alley-oop, but he has been a little bit more unpredictable the way he's approaching it. He has some solid moves he can go to, but he's still keeping me guessing on what maneuvers he might pull out for finals day.
Yeah, I like that analysis, Joe, and I reckon I agree with that. But there's just something about Italo that if he gets on one of those rolls like what he did at WSL Finals last year, and he just starts getting fired up and he can't control his energy, and he just gets in one of those momentums, and you can just see it. It's really deadly. It's really scary. So I guess we're just going to have to wake up tomorrow morning and we'll find out.
Jesse, who's the favorite to take this thing tomorrow for the men and the women?
Take the whole thing?
Whole thing.
Wow.
Champions, predictions
task.
before we go to bed. Because I'm sleeping here, by the way.
I feel like I kind of pick this guy all the time, but I'm just a big fan of his surf, and that's Iago. Like his character, the way he draws lines, and if he can clean up the right a little bit better and be a little bit more aggressive, maybe sharper, like he is going to be very deadly. And on the women's side, Caitlin Simmers.
Great call. Couple of great picks as we are going to be wrapping it. Do you want to join that real quick before we say goodbye?
Just want to say a big thank you to all our crew behind the scenes, because it's been a really
100%.
big couple of days. So shout out to everyone on the broadcast team, everyone behind the scenes, because it's been a bit of a ride.
Great shout, Flick. Thanks for enjoying all the surfing today here on the Corona Cero Post Show. We are going to say goodnight. We'll see you tomorrow for finals coverage at 10 a.m. local time. We'll see you then.
Kenworthy into the lip, and again that layback straight into the tube.
Caroline Marks says keep on swinging.
Your world champ Simmers. More speed and some tunnel time here for Simmers again.
Molly puts her head down. She's pretty deep on this inside section. Makes it. Erin Brooks, the rookie phenom representing Canada.
Men's round of 16, some scintillating looking matchups coming up. Ethan Ewan making this look so effortless. Jordy Smith,
Quick little Superman there.
Bunch, a big ramp section, a massive alley.
Wow.
The landing is absolute butter.
Como la arena se te pega, saliéndote de bañar, del agua se siente bien para celebrar. Hay 4 pares de bikini para ir a nadar, también alcohol para el sol y moto solo para andar. Trae la botella, hay tanta agua en el mar, ponete bella, bellaca para bailar. Todos aquí somos amigos, toda tu amiga más tranquila y nos ponemos re tranquilos y nos soleamos en la playa. Conmigo yo te llevo, metamos al agua y nos secamos de nuevo.
Thanks, Aussies. Hi, Mum.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.